Well, actually it's 4:16 apparently. I think that's right anyway. Kestrel-DOWNS, and we'll just walk up the driveway here and before it comes bucketing down. The bins, my kingdom for the bins. We live here as well, not too much. I don't think the creatures live here too much. I think they live here as well. I wouldn't mind the woke bullshit if they could do the grammar and everything else correctly. I think that's what ticks us off. You know, wouldn't mind the woke bullshit, bullshit, if you actually use the word dove a little bit more and a few more interesting declensions and etc, etc, and yeah, look at the slickage on that. Well, I've just climbed up there. Back vistas, I know you will like them. Yeah. Got to keep the supercomputers ticking away. On the other side of the GFC wall, all their angle rhythms. Yeah, fishermen, they're always looking for an angle. Yeah, the only joke that made the late great Brian Denton laugh out loud, just burst out loud when I said it. And I thought, that's a bit suspicious. Yeah. Anyway, he said it at one of those shows in the early new millennium or something. One of the last ones I filmed, I think, before the original society was shut down. Yeah, most people don't realise I'm the only person that went through the original lot that went with the late Fred Howe that didn't go to that original meeting, because apparently I was too young and early teenage years, even though I'd done 5 years of WA, that wasn't invited to the initial meeting because I think it was a school night, or that's what they thought, it was a school night. So I am, or should be, a founding member, but I'm not, because I didn't go to that original meeting because I was a very early teenager. I always remember the society starting a lot earlier than it said in the journals. So yeah, because I remember turning up to some meetings with khaki shorts on from school here. So yeah, very strange. And also I noticed from some of the membership lists in the early journals, I had somebody living in a street at 90 degrees to my street. Yeah, who would have thunk it, eh? Get your hands on a membership list and, oh, wow, there's someone in the very next road at 90 degrees to me. Would have been nice to have known that. Yeah. A lot of shenanigans went on over the years. I could write a whole book about them. I reckon I might have to. Might be an entire chapter in my thesis, I don't know. No fear of being sued because everyone's dead. Yeah. Wait till I tell you who one of those two scientists over in Western Australia was. It turned up when I was 10. Then, yeah, a year after finding the glid at Cannington Swamp and telling all my classmates it moves faster than the eye can see. Remember when I went to do the article in the 90s? Oh no, this was in the 80s, when the first time I went to try and publish, they wanted to change the wording and to very fast. And I wanted to stick, well, no, observation is the one of the major tenets of the scientific method. If I say anything different to what I said as a child, that would be going against the observation part of the scientific method. No, my original observation, it moved so fast I couldn't see it, so it moved faster than the eye could see. I suspect they were going to change it to very fast, and someone else would write an article saying it was, faster than the eye can see. And they beat you to the punch and be rubbing it in that you didn't use the original wording. And they'll be saying to you, oh, you should have used the original wording after they purposely tried to talk you out of it. So that's why I ended up publishing in the New South Wales Journal. Because Dennis Day didn't matter. It was a bit like Donald Snell and Joe Masremus, If you couldn't tell that it was a child writing something, he wouldn't let the audience know. So they got the same status or benefit of an adult. So it was quite courageous of him, but I thought, yeah, very magnanimous of him. So you get the same credit, If a child discovers something, they get the same credit as an adult. And I think they should anyway. Just common decency, isn't it? Anyway. So that was that turning that back there and went into some nice grey soil. Sorry if I was gas bagging on too much. But hopefully the end of this year will be the beginning of the new journey, where everything falls into place and we clear out all the bullshit of the past and put CPs on a firm scientific foundation of fast, big, robust, colourful growth. Better than they grow even in the wild, because that's what science is supposed to do. Learn what goes on in the wild and improve on it. Go beyond Mother Nature, because Mother Nature just is random. Once we know what Mother Nature is up to, I think that's the trouble with carnivorous plants. They're telling another story. I think the carnivorous plants sit at the tip of the triangle, and the normal botany sits a little bit back from that. And that's the trouble. Once you learn the tip of the triangle, you'll be able to make a generic terra preta, and you'll be able to do everything without going down the shops, buying this and that, year in, year out, building up your soil. You won't have to do that. It'll be very quick, very cheap, and a vast improvement. There'll be vast groups, swathes of plants that will respond fairly rapidly, if not instantly, to the new protocols sort of thing, and we'll learn why you couldn't do this and that and what was going wrong and what to avoid in the future. I think that's what's going to happen. Anyway, this clip's about to run out, but that's where the cars were, back behind there. I cut out a few screenshots. They'll probably go onto Facebook tonight. Not my Facebook, my partner's Facebook page. My one's been closed down for a stupid reason, I think. Please, sir, can I have my Facebook back? No. Oh, bugger, it's a war, motherfucker. It's going to be like that by the end of the year, I reckon. When the revolution starts happening. Always comes out of left field. Never know when it's going to happen, but when it does start happening, you'll know.